Welcome back everybody, this is Daniel with Champion Industries, and in this video we're going to cover the different products that we have to measure our temperature levels in our dishwasher. So let's start up with the first one here, and honestly is the topic of much confusion from time to time. So in my hands right here I have thermolabel test strips, commonly used in almost every kitchen out there. Your health and safety inspectors many times will carry these around and use these. And how these work, you pull one of the test strips out, you attach it, stick it to a dry, clean plate, and you would run that through the dishwasher. We'll go over those procedures in the next video. But sometimes this can be a little bit confusing. So when we use these thermolabels in high temp machines, that magic number we're looking for, if you watched the last video, in a high temp dishwasher is a minimum surface temperature of 160 degrees Fahrenheit. And as you can see right here, I have one in 160 degrees, which is what we're looking for, and also one in 180 degrees. This is where a lot of the confusion comes from. Because again, on the data plate on that high temp machine, it'll say final rinse, 180 degrees. We talked about in the last video, wash temperature. It could be anywhere from 150 to 160, depending on the style of machine. And a lot of times, people will get this 180 degree, the health and safety inspector will fail that machine because it didn't turn 180. Well, guess what? It's not going to, because that minimum surface temperature that this is going to turn on is 160 degrees. So that's where a little bit of confusion can come from. Just make sure you're buying the right ones, or if you run into a situation, one of your customers says, "Hey, look, I'm losing points because of my machine's not hitting the right temps." A lot of times, it's because the right temperature, we're not after the right one. So again, make sure that we're using the right ones. Help your customers out. Help point them in the right direction. Now let's move on to some more of the digital style units out there. So first up, I want to cover these plate style maximum temperature holding thermometers, right? So these are pretty cool. They're fresh on the market. They've been out for a little bit now. Very convenient for your end customers to use, right? You got nice little easy access to the battery right here. You just turn it on, turn it off. It's got a little sensor. And you run it, put it in a dish rack, run it through the machine, and get those temperatures right there. A couple of drawbacks to these, and again, when these first came out, we were all about them. We thought these were great because, again, they're very easy for operators to use. And then we really started taking a deeper dive and looking into these, and what we found is they're not NSF certified. First red flag. And the second part is the only way to calibrate these is to send them back to the manufacturer for calibration. I don't really foresee that happening a lot. And so what that runs into is, again, when you were like us and you're buying buying a box of these things at a time, and we would find that there were a lot of variances even between one right out of the box next to the next one right out of the box. And NSF does give us a 1 to 2 degree plus or minus that we get to work with, but we were seeing a little bit higher than that on these, sometimes 4 or 5 degrees plus variance, even from one right out of the box to the next one right out of the box. So again, it leaves a little bit for confusion out there. So again, another red flag on these. We do have customers giving us some feedback, telling us that that variance kind of widens after time of using these. So they would only use them for about a month or so, and then toss them out, break a new one out. So again, if you're going to invest in something like that, we would want something that we can calibrate, just like your old standard thermometer that I used to carry around in my front pocket. So not going to recommend these. Again, very easy to use, got some great high points, but they don't really cover everything that we're after as far as making sure that we're truly getting an accurate representation of what's going on inside your dishwasher. Now, let's get to the third one we have here. We call these the Lollipop Thermometers. Very easy to use, just as easy to use as these. The only difference is you have to strap it to the dish rack. But thankfully, this model right here comes from the manufacturer. You just pop the bottom off here. You can stick it in this nice little holder, It even comes with a Velcro strap where you can strap that to a dish rack. Very easy to use. And the nice thing about this, there's a nice little logo right on the top of it. And that says NSF, which means it is certified by NSF, which is great. The other nice thing about this is there's instructions in the packet when you buy it. It shows you how to calibrate it. So, you know, once a week or however so often you choose, you can stick this into a glass of ice water, calibrate it, and you're good to go. So this unit right here, again, this one's by a manufacturer called DeltaTrack. There's some other different manufacturers out there, but what we're really after is to make sure that it's NSF certified, and then we can recalibrate it. Got this nice little button on the back of it to calibrate. So again, very accurate. These are used in many different applications, not just dishwasher. These are for checking temperatures of all different types. We just happened to get one that had it was a dishwasher kit where it comes with the little holder and everything like that, just to extend the life on the unit. So the Lollipop ones really do get an A+ in our book, as long as they're calibratable. I'm not sure if that's a word, but I'm going to use it. As long as you can calibrate them, and as long as it's NSF certified. So big win right here. So out of all these, again, test strips are great if you're looking for the right temperature. And as far as digital goes, can't go wrong with an NSF certified Lollipop. Hope this helps. Tune in for the next video where we'll cover the entire NSF testing procedure.